Good morning, everybody. I got to type into Sharon Guy and lost track of time. But welcome, everybody. Pray for Sharon Guy and her brother. She has taken him to the hospital. Charlie, good morning. And I hope you're having a good start to your day, Charlie. So, this day in music history, got something from 1978, June the 9th. Dire Straits releases their first album, and it's self titled Dire Straits. That album had Sultans of Swing on it. Needless to say, that was a huge hit for them. And in 1958, on June the 9th, Sheb Wooley had his hit song hit number one, The Purple People Eater. I have to be very careful when I say that one, or I'll get tongue tied. Good morning, Roger Blair.
Largest poll I've seen so far, Lee, in the governor's race.
And I was doing so good. I remembered to turn my microphone on. I forgot to turn my radio off. Yeah, Mr. Lee. Yeah, she's at the hospital right now, and she's got to go into work. So she said she's running on 2 hours sleep. That woman's always doing so much for everybody else. Charlie, Mr. Lee, and Khadijah are being shy this morning. You want to come up and talk for a minute or two? You don't have to come on camera. Well, Mr. Lee, in full disclosure, I'm only good nice to nice people. I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea about me. There's some people you can ask them, what do you think about that Jim guy? Oh no, stay away from him. He's terrible, terrible. That's okay. You don't have to come on camera. Just voice. We can hear what you sound like before and after your first cup of coffee. Imagine that. But yeah, Sharon Guy, she's something else. that girl works. Yeah, you're right, Mr. Lee. You know, we were having that discussion Sunday afternoon. People were talking about what, they wouldn't have to depend on a walker. They wouldn't have to uh, have the pain that they have. I'm looking forward to just being able to sing. I want to be able to sing so bad. So hopefully we can all get up there and be in the choir together. Khadijah, she can sing pretty good. I've heard her break out into song a little bit. We can't do too much here because we'll get slapped by YouTube. Yeah, Sharon does a whole lot. Very supportive. And she takes being a mod very seriously. Sharon, good afternoon, Shaz. Sharon Guy was letting us know this morning her brother's in the hospital, and she's having to do some stuff with him, and then she's got to go into work. So keep Sharon Guy in your thoughts and prayers, if you guys would. And I'll probably say that a few times this morning, make sure everybody knows. Of course, she's fluent in Dutch. She's talented. I like the architecture in Amsterdam. It is fantastic. And here's another Sharon that works nonstop. It's raining off and on here too, but it's just a drizzle. You can see the gray skies behind Treezilla. Oh yeah, the skinny house that's so narrow that you can walk in and touch each side of the home with by stretching your arms out. But it's like uh, I think it's at least 3, if not 4 stories high and way deep because they would tax you on the frontage, the how many feet you had on the sidewalk or whatever measuring uh, unit they have. And Diamonds Are Forever, at least it was supposedly filmed in Amsterdam. The scenes in the movie, in the early part of the movie, were supposed to be in Amsterdam. Frank, John P. Always good to see you, Frank. John P. and Frank, if y'all would, Sharon Guy, who comes into chat often, she had to take her brother to the hospital, so keep her and her brother in our prayers this morning, please. Mr. Lee, thank you. And I'm sure John P. thanks you for watching his short videos. Sharon Guy, John P. Yeah, I try to catch as many videos as possible. I was listening to Khadijah, listening to Billy Graham yesterday. How many views do you have to have for something to be considered viral? Oh, Mr. Lee. Yeah, Mr. Lee, I tell you, I hope that you won't be on the couch for three months. You're going to eat right, you're going to take your supplements, and you're going to get well much faster than what they think. But you're going to also take it easy so that you don't accidentally injure the surgery. Yeah, Mr. Lee, well, we hope it goes smooth for you. Yeah, Khadijah, you still need to watch it so you don't re-injure that shoulder. Don't do anything for your arm, bad on your arm. Oh, are they eventually going to have to do both feet, Mr. Lee? And Mr. Lee, I know you don't want to hear this, but if you're not supposed to walk on one of your feet, I don't think you should be getting on a motorcycle. Because if anything goes wrong, it's going to really go wrong. Well, Khadijah, we want you better. So, Mr. Lee, what do you think about that? This is the anniversary of Dire Straits releasing their self titled album, 1978, June the 9th. Hmm. I might ought to plug in the laptop before the battery dies. That would be a bit of a problem, wouldn't it? Boy, Nightbot took its time. Gee, Mr. Lee. That's some serious stuff there. Uh, According to my brother in law, I don't have feet. I've got water skis. He's over 6 foot, and whenever he bought a new pair of boots, I got to wear new boots because I'd break them in for him. Well, I'm going to head off an unnecessary disaster. My coffee cup's about to be empty, so I'm going to go pour me another cup. You guys hold down the fort. I'll be right back. There we go. Jeez, Roger. I'm not that bad. Probably 6'6". Yeah, Charlie's an hour behind me, I think. So I think it's 6:27 for Charlie. Yep. Because I think Shaquille O'Neal doesn't wear a shoe much bigger than that. But I think it was Shaquille uh, said that the size of his foot kept him out of the army. They weren't going to make a special size boot for him. I hope the birds start singing again because I think Sharon Guy is listening to that and getting relaxed. At least that's what I hope. Oh, geez. Uh, Here's another one of those useless facts that I have in my head. Depending on which state you live in here in the US, you can buy coffins from Costco. Save a lot of money that way. So, what are you celebrating in summer? That would be something. If Mr. Lee comes to visit you, that would be fantastic. Oh, Mr. Lee says he once worked with a guy that was 6'7", and it was like talking to a Sasquatch. Wow. Yeah. I had a supervisor I worked for. He was 6'4", and of all the people I've ever worked with, he was probably the most fun coworker I ever worked with. Uh, we were sitting around one day talking about how we were really firemen. Just we were putting out fires, not literally, but figuratively, because when something went wrong, we had to go and fix it. Uh, and he come in one day. He said, "Well, I was out shopping for the little boy last night, and I brought us something." And he had a fireman's helmet with a red light on top and a little siren, and the red light would flash on and off. And so when we got a call, we wore the hat out to the floor, and apparently management didn't like that, and we were told not to do it anymore. I'm short, Roger Blair, and I'm getting shorter. I grew and I peaked, and now I'm on the downhill slide. I'm about 5, 6 3/4 or something like that. The legs still reach the ground, so I guess that's enough. Roger, Roger Player, you can check in to see if Costco can deliver a coffin to your state. Save a couple of bucks that way. Jeez. Uh, yeah, never know what subject we'll be talking about here. Yeah, I mentioned in 1958 about the Purple People Eater. Well, Charlie, it happens. Charlie, you're a little young to be shrinking. Have you been getting enough calcium? Taking your vitamin D and everything so that the calcium can work? Pun intended, Roger. Uh, Milk, cheese, and broccoli. Those are the three that I remember that have the most calcium. Yeah, it is here too, Mr. Lee. I that's good, Charlie. Out in the sun is, if 30 minutes a day on your arms, and you pretty well got your vitamin D. Uh, I, I know people think this is a bit blunt at times, but none of us get out of here alive. Mr. Lee, I agree with that. Yeah, it's cloudy here, overcast, but Treezilla is standing tall. Every once in a while, a breeze will come along and it'll look like it's grinding its teeth or moving its eyebrows. See what I mean? Watch his lips. Looks like he's grinding his teeth when the wind hits it just right. Yeah, you ask Shirley MacLaine and she'll tell you. See, the birds agree. Yeah, Charlie. Several people, uh, several people said it looked like Godzilla's profile, so we named it Treezilla. And if I was to zoom out or pan, I mean, even the ridges on Godzilla's back, the tree that we're looking at and the tree next to it, the silhouette looks like Godzilla. Even the ridges on the back and the shape of the back. It's funny. The guy who first noticed it, he no longer has a YouTube channel, or at least he doesn't have one that I know of. And then he said it was Godzilla. And then Area 51 said Treezilla. And that name kind of stuck. Mr. Lee, I'm subscribed to Shakin' Stevens channel, and they released a short. It's an old video of him, but still they released it Tuesday, Monday. I think it was Monday morning. Yeah, Mr. Lee, it was funny. Jack Lemmon was such a good actor. He could do funny stuff. Him and Walter Matthau and The Odd Couple, very funny. Oh, Mr. Lee, did you ever watch that movie Hopscotch with Walter Matthau? For you people who haven't seen that movie, if you like a comedy with a little bit of drama, it's Hopscotch. And it's not about hopscotch whatsoever. Yeah, some like it hot with Tony. Yeah, oh yeah, funny stuff. Norma, good morning. It's nice to have you and Raymond here both. HOP. Hang on just a second. I'll look it up just to be sure. Do, do, do. Yeah, that's the IMDb review of it. And by the way, everybody over on Rumble, thank y'all for coming in today. The people on Rumble they don't type too much in chat. Different audience over there, but we appreciate you coming in. Yeah, that's the IMDb for it, and it's that's the title. It is a funny movie. I mean, funny movie. Uh, the head guy from Law and Order, Sam Waterson, a very young Sam Waterson, because it's like I said, it's a 1980 movie, and Ned Beatty is in it. It is something else. And Mr. Lee might know this actress, Glenda Jackson. Yeah, that is good. I like the Guns of Navarone. That's the Guns of Navarone. That's a good movie. The Dirty Dozen. That was a good movie. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I liked John Wayne in the Green Berets. Yeah, I figured you'd know her. I thought she did a good job in that movie. I thought she did a good job. She was Walter Matthau's love interest. I don't want to spoil it for y'all, but really, if you get a chance to watch that movie, it's a lot of fun, and like I said, I don't want to spoil it for you. It's got a lot of twists and turns. It's serious and comedic at the same time. Mr. Lee, were you a fan of Faulty Towers? I used to watch that on PBS here. They aired it late, but I didn't get to see it first run, but I got to see it. Raymond, good morning to you. Raymond, if you and Norma would please include Sharon Guy and her brother in your prayers. They had to rush him to the hospital. And another one that I enjoyed is I think it was titled Neighbors, where one family was going off grid, growing their own food and everything. That was a good show. I liked it. There was a few British shows that I really liked. That's pretty cool. So I guess that means you liked it, Mr. Lee. Oh man, that was a great movie. Where where the people were in the bunker, and the people who were supposedly protecting them liked them and wanted to keep them, so they faked the Germans being up above still. That might be it, Mr. Lee. It was 40 some years ago that I watched that. Going on 50 years ago. But it was fun. And one set of neighbors was living the modern lifestyle, and the other set was wanting to go back in time. Like I say, grow their own food. And then there was a movie. Listen to me. There was a TV show about a young blonde woman that was living the single life. I think the title of that show was Solo. And they would sing a song about butterflies when it came on and went off. There you go. Charlie, you had that cup of coffee yet? You got it, Charlie. You enjoy your coffee, and I hope you have a great day. Oh, there's a poet on that has a channel. Her name's Maggie, and she greatly resembles that actress that was in that TV show. Well, Mr. Lee, we didn't get all of them. PBS here would play some of them on repeat, and that's how I got to see Doctor Who. Uh, and let's see here how to put it. I like Doctor Who because it is truly fiction, start to finish fiction. I like Star Trek because it is science fiction, and a lot of what's in Star Trek is predictive of what our future would be if science keeps going the direction it's going. If that makes sense to everybody. And and Tom Baker, I mean, I don't care what anybody says, Tom Baker is my favorite Doctor Who. And Sarah was not my favorite sidekick, but she has become my favorite sidekick. And then Jeremy Brett as Sherlock Holmes. He is, in my opinion, the definitive Sherlock Holmes. And John Pertwee, I liked him over time. He kind of got to be okay in my book. He was Doctor Who before Tom Baker, and I thought he played the part pretty well. But Tom, oh, he was so quirky. I mean, it's he just did a great job. And then during the Tom Baker days, I think they did the 3 Doctors and the 5 Doctors, and that's how I got to know some of the other incarnations, if you will, of the Doctor. Yeah, Basil did a good job. Don't take me wrong, but Jeremy Brett, he was the definitive Doctor in my opinion. And I like the fact that Jeremy Brett refused to do the drugs on camera. He alluded to it, but he never did the drugs on camera. He said that he was going to set a good example for children. So they show him like putting the paraphernalia into a drawer. Yeah, I've got 3 books on Sherlock Holmes. I've got 2 paperbacks that covers all the Sherlock Holmes stories, and I got 1 leather bound book. And that was the good thing. They would play Sherlock Holmes like on Wednesday or Thursday night here, say 7 o'clock or something like that. And I would watch the show, and then I would get my book, and I would read that story from the book, and they would replay the same episode Sunday afternoon, and I would watch it Sunday afternoon. That's how big of a fan I was of Sherlock Holmes. The Red-Headed League, Dancing Men, some of my favorites. Yeah, I'm not going to knock his version. There was a theater play, and an actor that the first time I ever saw him, he played Dracula. His name eludes me, but it'll come to me in a minute. He played Sherlock Holmes, and I thought he did an excellent job. They had to play in the theater, and they videoed it. Nah, it wasn't Christopher Lee. This guy had jet black hair, uh, and they did the classic. His Dracula was the classic arriving at the city on a ship, and everyone on board the ship was deceased. That movie was probably the only movie that I saw him in for years, and then I saw on HBO where they had videoed the play. And he just kind of drifted off, and didn't he didn't show up in anything else. Okay, I found it. And his name is Frank Langella. Uh, Great actor. And He's done a lot of movies, but and it looks like TV shows and video games, but just not anything that I've seen. But he did a great job. Yeah, Christopher Lee, he's something else as Dracula. The 60s and 70s Draculas with Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee, those are my favorites. Yeah, that was in one of his credits. Again, it was not anything that I saw, but he's a good actor. Women sure did like him. That's for sure. He uh, he played a really good Dracula, I thought. Here come the train. Here come the train. Mm, here come the train, and here goes Jim to refill his coffee cup. This might be the last cup in the pot. I might do that, Mr. Lee. I have very little free time. Usually I'm listening to something while I'm doing something, excuse me, while I'm doing something else. And that was my last cup of coffee in that pot. So the coffee pot is empty. Gotcha. What's the general topic of the movie, Mr. Lee? And you, Mr. Lee, you have a story to tell us. You don't have to be on camera, but you can always come up and tell your story. I know it's easier for you to do that during the day than on Mog's show because it's the middle of the night and you say you wake everybody up. Uh, you know what, Mr. Lee? This is just a suggestion, but you might want to start a movie watch list. Like I've got different playlists for songs on the channel. You could have a playlist for movies because you know a lot about TV shows and movies. That would be a good thing for you to share. Um, I started out kind of small and ended up with a lot of playlists, like music history. I think everybody should watch Sound City, that documentary. It's got a little bit of Fleetwood Mac in it. It's got Dave Grohl, uh, the people who worked at Sound City, how they were on hard times, and then grunge took hold, and they recorded some of the first grunge albums. I might have to play that one soon because I've not watched that in a long time. Yeah, there's some good ones. I mean, the only movie ever, you know, how everybody talked about The Exorcist. Uh, don't see the movie The Exorcist. You won't sleep for 2 weeks. Uh, people were horrified about it. And, you know, I was still a teenager when that came out. And me and a friend, his parents took us to see it. I came home, went to bed, slept like a baby. It was just a movie. You can use your current channel. You just create a playlist, unless you just want to create a movie channel. Lee on movies. Wow, that's some serious stuff, Mr. Lee. Definitely not the horse story. You can turn my ringer off. Almost forgot. Uh, Cape Fear is here in North Carolina, Mr. Lee. If you watch, it's not a very long video, but it's not a short video. It's not a video short. It's only a few minutes where I walked around that military, I guess you'd call it a park, and that's very close to the Cape Fear. Yeah, there's some people with Apple TV. There's a lot of people who are just sold on Apple products. They don't want to hear about any other phone or computer. I liked the original Cape Fear when I was a kid, and I liked the remake. So I'll probably have to watch the one that you're talking about, because I think the story is a good story. And I like when they did the remake, I like how they brought back, it was Robert Mitchum. He was in the original Cape Fear, and he was in the remake. And I just like the way they handled that. And they kept the original story, but they updated it to the current times when the movie was made. And what was the other actor's name? Gregory Peck, I believe. Yeah, Gregory Peck. He was also in The Guns of Navarone. Yeah, I know. I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of the person today. I have to separate that from the fact that he was in that particular movie. He did an excellent job acting. So, I mean, it's like Bruce Springsteen. He had a couple of really good songs. I was not a huge Springsteen fan. Uh, he had something big happen to him today in music history, but you notice I didn't post it. It is. It's a little over 21 degrees C here, Mr. Lee, and 100% humidity. It's not fun. And this afternoon it's going to be even more fun because it'll be 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which is in the mid 30s for you, maybe upper 30s. And you know, Mr. Lee, I have never seen those movies. Big fan of The Godfather, but just not those. I don't know why. They just never interested me. My little AC is running nonstop. Trust me. I just need to hang in there a little longer, and I'll be able to get some stuff fixed before too much longer. Mr. Lee, I don't really have a lot of time to sit down and watch movies. Uh, and like I say, most of the time I'm listening while I do something else. The driving the people to the assisted living community, and then me taking the trip that I took down to Florida last December. Uh, Trust me, I've got a bunch going on in my brain, and sitting here relaxing with you guys for a couple of hours of a morning is a huge help. Good morning, Mike. How you doing? We're on movies and music. You know what's happening here, and we hope you're having a great day. How's that new computer working out? Need to. We're going to name it Disco Computer because it's all lit up and flashing. And thank you for commenting on both channels, Mike. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I had a Windows 10 laptop, and it had some issues and everything, so I had to get this current laptop. And it's got one of those keyboards that's multicolor, and the colors kind of morph across it and everything. I really didn't need it, but it was the best fit for what I needed it. Jarvis. Oh, me. I tried to get Mr. Lee to come up and tell his story this morning, but he's bashful. So, Mike, what's going on in North Dakota? And North Dakota and what I was just saying about Florida kind of keys in. Uh, Used to, I would drive from here to Fort Lauderdale or to Fort Myers. either one, I would drive down there and get out the car and be ready to go. December, not so much. It really, it was harder than it used to be. Let's put it like that. So if I want to get some of this traveling in, I need to get situated where I can take my time traveling. Oh no, Mike. Mike, have you talked to many people in the Philippines after the earthquake? Because the people that I've talked to have been kind of quiet about it. I don't know if it's because it was an area away from them or what, but they've been kind of quiet. Uh, I think Mike can get snow any month of the year but one. It's just kind of random because his weather's like our mountains. Boone, North Carolina. Uh, for the people over on Rumble, I have Nightbot set up for YouTube. So and Boone is about the same way. At some time or another in recorded history, they've had snow every month of the year but one, and I think it's August. It might be July. I know I've been up on top of Mount Mitchell in the middle of July, and at the bottom of the mountain, it's terrible. And then when you get on top of the mountain, it's sweater. So yeah, about the same. You know, Boone's got 64, which is 18C. But look at the humidity in Boone, 96%, whereas you've got 51, Mike. Mr. Lee, if two commands get typed too close together, Nightbot doesn't know what to do. So if you want to check it in a couple of seconds, it'll come up because I just typed for London. But it looks like London's just about the same as WTF Mike's location. Mike probably knows better than me. What's the typical cooldown for a Nightbot command? 5 seconds? But Mr. Lee, in our mountains, with 96% humidity, and if it was 63 degrees, hiking around, I'd be breaking a sweat. Yeah, I've seen your location on a map, Mr. Lee. Yeah, I heard the waters in the Pacific are heating up to where they're going to get a lot of rain and hopefully refill the reservoirs at Lake Mead. I don't know, Mr. Lee. 63 degrees. I'm comfortable in a pair of short pants and a t-shirt. Oh, Mike, is your trip next month still a go? If it is, I'm pretty sure you will, but just keep an eye for rock slides because we've had a couple of rock slides in our mountains and some roads got blocked. Not I-40, but other roads. Yeah, El Nino, La Nina. I don't remember which one's which. One, the Pacific currents go up, and one the temperatures go down. Yeah, but isn't that not uncommon for that area, Mr. Lee? I mean, it's kind of like London's known to have fog. Shaz must have a lot of ironing to do. She usually lets us know when she's done with her ironing. John P. Well, just to let you know, Mike, we're 90 degrees every day this week, with or without rain. And one day, Thursday or Friday, I think we might get up to 96. See, Sharon, I pay attention to you, young lady. Well, John, I will watch any and all of that program until Moggs comes on, and then I'll just have to go back and watch yours. Sharon, I bet your keto bread and keto cookies are better than most people's regular. Nine p.m. UK time. Oh, okay. That'd be 4 o'clock my time. So yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's 4 o'clock my time. I'll try to watch it or listen to it. Shaz doesn't do anything halfway. She is all in. John P, you know that I don't always pronounce stuff correctly. It's a Southern accent thing. I don't claim to be an expert on language. I don't even play one on TV. Mr. Lee, thank you for stopping in, and good luck. Uh, we'll get you and Sharon and our brother and Miss Khadijah. We'll get all of you on our prayer list. Mr. Lee, take care. And one day you're going to have to come up on the panel and talk. You don't have to get on camera. You can just chit chat. Probably light on the chit and heavy on the chat. Yeah, I know. I've been to Toulouse, John P. 1995, I was in Toulouse. It was interesting. It's, no, better not go there. Uh, there is a woman that works at the local Walmart, and she is French, and I don't like to bother people whenever I'm whenever they're working or I'm working. So I told her one day I would really like to sit down with her and her partner, whoever it might be, and just hear her story of how she got from France to this little community Walmart. You know, I think that would be one heck of a story. Uh, I have gone on the TGV from Paris to Toulouse, and then we took a different train from Toulouse to Nice. This is a long time ago, so bear with me. And then we went back to Paris, and we took the train to Amsterdam. And that is the extent of my travels in Europe. We did stop in Luxembourg. I am a huge fan of Luxembourg. I think it is a fantastic city. The city is almost as big as the country of Luxembourg. The guy who I don't know if he was the owner or the manager of the hotel where we stayed, he is one of a handful of people that I know. Uh, they were educated for the job they were doing. They were doing the job in a fantastic way, and they seemed to enjoy it. And those people are few and far between. Most people have an education in one thing and they're in another job, or they're in a job they're not necessarily that good at and they don't really enjoy it. But this guy, I mean, he checked all the boxes as far as being good at his job, uh, well educated in his job. Yeah. There was two or three different groups of people walking up to the counter, and before any of them spoke, he greeted them in their natural language. One was Spanish, one was French, and myself English. And he greeted us in our language. He knew what country we were from before we even spoke. And I've said this about the TGV before. Uh, the TGV is the French train that's the high speed rail, like 150 miles an hour or something like that. And it was modern, it was sleek looking. I thought, hey, this is really, really nice. And then I went to the restroom and got a crazy surprise. I couldn't believe it. After finishing in the restroom, you hit the lever to flush, and the bottom opens up, and you see the train tracks going by. It just dumps everything on the train tracks, or at least it did back then. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. Tony Nasser, hey buddy, how you doing? Tony, I appreciate you so much. I thought we were just going to chat for a little while and ended up having you on Saturday night show. I appreciate you taking time to do that. Let's see here. It's almost 11 o'clock at night for Tony. It's 2047. Buddy, I tell you, what you just said made me think of it in a different way that I'd never thought of it before, Mike. But it's, yeah, I, I guess, I guess when a log hits the rail at 150 miles an hour, it'll knock the weeds down. I had to use the cough button to keep from snorting it. um, well, you're appreciated, Tony. Everybody in chat. I mean, everybody who comes to the morning program, y'all make me laugh. My coffee's better. I actually sit down for a little while and have a good time. Mike, how's the dance video short doing? Yeah, those weeds literally have a crappy day. That's true, Mike. That's true. So, did the views start coming down, Mike, or did they take off again on the Elaine dancing video? That's still pretty good, Mike. Something odd happened. It started a couple of months ago now. And I think I mentioned it before. The little video short I did about folding a paper bag in a way where it's less likely to open up. It had not gotten any views in probably close to a year. And then all of a sudden, it started getting like 10, 15, 20 views every couple of days. And I don't understand why it's doing it. It is, but Roger, now I got the Candyman song playing in my brain. Who can make the sun shine? But Mike, with my stuff, it's totally random. I mean, totally random. The stuff that I put over on Rumble, it'll do good to get, oh, I don't know, 80 views. And then on YouTube, a video short might get, I don't know, it might get 50 and might get 400 or 500 is usually pretty good. Oh, I've not come anywhere near that. I think 3K is the best one. A little under 3K. But I like to understand how things work, why they work. And many things on YouTube just does not make sense to me. For people who come in the chat later and interested in this day in music history, you can see going across the scroll there. Today's June 9th, and in 1978, Dire Straits released their self-titled album, and it had the song Sultans of Swing, which that did fantastic. And in 1958, Sheb Wooley hit #1 with the Purple People Eater. Fun times. I like Purple People Eater. I remember listening to it as a kid and just having so much fun. I kind of like the name Sheb Wooley. It was different. Oh man, I'm looking forward to that. Okay. Yeah. What did you do with your old computer, Mike? Uh, did you? How are you recycling it? Are you using it for something in the background, or did somebody else get it to use, or what's the story there? That's cool. Uh, YKB is kind of the computer expert, isn't he? He seems to know quite a bit about computers. Gotcha, Mike. Gotcha. I have trouble letting go of electronics. I don't know why I get so attached to electronics, but I do. I have a circuit that I put together. Oh, geez, I probably built it in the 80s, and all it is just a little FM transmitter. Uh, like I can take the output from a stereo with RCA plugs and put it into this little board that is battery powered, and it will transmit to an FM frequency. John P., I'm a little lost on that conversation. And John P. is the phone expert because I think at one time he had 7 or 8 phones that he was using. And you know, my little traveling tree, I put those together because out here where I live, there's nobody would see a tree if I put it up. So I just did that little circuit board tree, and I take it everywhere I go, put it in my pocket. And it says a lot about, like, if I sit down, if I sit down at a restaurant and put the tree on the table, it tells me a lot about whoever's the server is. Your phone and the PC are one unit now. Oh, you've got them linked together. I don't do that. I could do that with my phone and the laptop and my TV. I just know that that's too much information going out. I know they're going to get it anyway, but I'm going to make it as difficult as possible. So there we go. Yeah, I know I could do that here, but no, I choose not to. And you know, I've never named a laptop or a PC. The only thing I've done with my PCs are I will create uh, 2 accounts. They'll the admin is the default, and that's automatic. But then I'll create one for me and I'll create one for a guest, and almost never have I had to use the guest login. But the guest has extremely limited access and an easy password, of course. And then the one that I put for my name that's not an admin has pretty much access. And but the thing is that account does not have administrative function. So if I accidentally click on something that's a Trojan horse, I'm not logged in as administrator, so it does less damage. It's kind of a safety thing. Yeah, I know, but I'm not a big fan of software switches, because software switches can be undone. Yeah, I know. I agree, Mike. It's like I don't do any banking or any financial anything on this computer. I've got an old laptop that still works just fine for that, and it does just fine. Well, I guess I need to go be an adult and get some actual work done. I appreciate all of you guys coming in to chat this morning. It's just too much fun. Mike, I look forward to this video that's going to come out today. I'll keep an eye out for it. John P. this afternoon, 5 o'clock East Coast time. I'll be looking for your video, your live, and I'll be there if I can. I appreciate all of y'all, and I hope that nothing but kind words come your way. John P., you take care. Again, thanks to everyone, and we will catch you next time.